Welcome to another episode of So It's Not Just Me. I'm your host, Joanna, and I was in the shower the other week thinking how bad a singer I am. And then I thought, do you know what? When I was a kid, I wanted to be in a band. Why don't I find somebody who can hold a tune better than me to come and talk about being in a band?
What time's he coming on at?
And I couldn't think of anyone better than you. So, Jamie, thank you for coming back.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
No, I was honestly, genuinely the first person I thought about when I was thinking I need somebody who's in a band or who's more musically inclined to me. I can't hold a tune to save my life. So thank you so much.
No problem.
I genuinely think that when we're kids, we all think we're going to be in a band and we're all going to be the next superstars and we're all, you know, that way inclined. But that is kind of what you did. You did join a band and you're touring. Are you touring right now? Is that why we cancelled
No,
last week?
no, not sorry. I was gigging. I've been
You
gigging,
again.
but I've been doing solo more than I have band for a while, to be honest with you. But
Okay.
I've been a musician since I was about 15.
Okay. So what first got you into music?
Um, Westlife.
Yes. Yes.
Westlife.
Oh.
I got into Westlife and I started singing along to it in my bedroom. My nan and were obsessed with Westlife, so
Okay.
I used to sing. Like she used to go to shop or something like that, and I'd stick Westlife CD on.
Oh.
That's when I discovered actually my voice is not too bad. You know what
Right.
I mean? So then just went from there, and then there were a band called Dum Dums back in there, and I started listening to them. But they're like a pop band, but they had instruments, and
Right. Okay.
that's when I thought. I looked at a guitar, electric guitar, and it's got 6 strings, and I thought it looks a bit complicated that. But then I looked at a bass guitar, and you only have to play one string at a time on it. So like, that's where I'm going.
I'm
I'm
starting
having that.
there.
Absolutely, yeah.
No,
And
that's
that's
awesome.
just kind of went from there, really.
I I am genuinely shocked that you said Westlife.
100%. Five, Westlife, Boyzone. I'm not even ashamed to say it.
So every single one that you've mentioned are probably my favorite concerts I've ever been to. Throw in the Backstreet Boys, and then I'll be
Take that. Do you know
take
one of
that.
my
Yes.
favorite songs ever? It's not. I don't even know if it's on a record, but they do a Beatles medley, and it's live,
Okay.
and it's on YouTube because I found it. And
It's on the Live in Berlin tour.
look at you.
I had it on videotape.
Fantastic. And
Yeah.
I don't really even like Beatles, but
Oh,
you know
I'm a big Beatles fan. I
that's
really like the
controversial.
Beatles.
That you know.
It is. That's almost as controversial as some other things you want to talk about, but that's fine. But yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
huge
we're not
Beatles
doing that,
fan.
are we?
No, no. So when do you think the first time you picked a guitar up, was it more I'm picking this up and I'm just gonna see what happens, or was you determined to actually go somewhere with it?
I'm self-taught. I've self-taught myself, right? So that means I've picked bad habits up. So I'm
Right.
not an accomplished player. Like I'm not somebody that can jump on a guitar or a bass and twiddle it about like all that because I'm self-taught. But I do enough just to get me by. But what question again? Sorry, I got on a right tangent there, didn't I?
You can go on tangents, it's fine. Did you pick it up thinking I'm gonna just do this for fun? I'm gonna do this to actually be something, or what was the thought behind it?
There were always that wanting to be something because like obviously at school I were a loser. It's just like I mean trousers up to me nipples
Past
or
your
whatever.
ways. Yeah.
Pass me. No, I didn't really do that, but I would
Yeah,
just
yeah.
not want to cool kids. So then you always aspire to be that cool kid, and it's like what can make me that cool kid? And it's picking a guitar up. Although I
Yeah.
am cool as out now, like, but no, I'm joking.
Of course, of course. So if we go back to the previous podcast we did, um, it was around that age that your mental health started happening as well, wasn't it?
Mm, yeah.
So how did that help your mental state? Or did it help?
Yeah, it did, but then at the same time, because it were that intense, the anxiety were that intense at such a quality young age, that I always remember doing a gig in Sheffield and running off stage like mid gig
Oh,
because they were having a panic attack and it were like
right.
they were still new to me and it were just like I don't know what the hell this is. But obviously I'm on stage, all eyes are on me, and I've got to
Yeah.
run off stage so I had to come out and I told everybody that I'd felt sick, but I didn't.
Right.
That's what I told everyone.
Right, right.
But yeah,
So
so But that being said, like, because I'm in recovery now, sitting down and writing songs and stuff like that, that's always like, yeah, it's better than having a can in my hand. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
definitely.
it's helped. It has helped, definitely. And writing, just writing your feelings on a piece of paper,
It's
even though
like
I can't
poetry.
write them. So it is like poetry, yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, a poet was probably more talented than a
Well,
lyricist.
you never know.
Well,
And I mean, I write stories. I like writing stories. I like not making things up, but using inspiration from my life to make stories. And I believe that's what musicians are wonderful at, is bringing that story to life and creating feelings and really connecting with people.
absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I think there's different types of writers, and again, just from my influences, I put myself in the pop category because, like, I do aspire to be these lyricists of the bands that I listen to because they're really intense, and it's just like that. I like intense writing. I like that
Yeah.
sort of almost theatrical, sort of
Yeah.
intense when you read it and you paint a picture in your head. Uh,
Yes. Yes.
and I have tried. I am getting there. I test myself on different things now, so I am getting to that point. But I suppose it just comes with writing, doesn't it? Because while I was drinking, I had a massive gap, not
Right.
writing or performing and stuff like that. So
Has it helped you remember things that were happening? Like with you having like the gaps and things in memory when you was having the problems. Has writing songs helped you remember things and
as
brought
in
memories
what
back?
aspect?
So like if you was having like on a binge or something and you can't remember a week, do things like
Yeah,
that, does the writing songs and being a musician help bring those memories back?
yeah, yeah. It does, yeah. And obviously, I can write songs that people can relate to. I've got a few bits and bobs on me Spotify. If you listen to them, they're actually about drinking and things
Right.
like that. There's lyrics in songs about being in recovery and not fucking it up,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it does. It influences your writing, definitely.
I think that's really good because a lot of people don't want to listen to somebody just talking at them when they're not ready for that as well. So listening to music will definitely help
Yeah,
them,
absolutely.
like the
And I
first
think,
steps.
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, to write these tracks, you've got to be in zone. See, a lot of writers will be like, when I talk to people, like Joe sings in the band that I play bass in, he starts writing a song and then he'll shelve it and then he'll go
Right.
back to it and he'll go. And if if I can't write it straight away, it goes straight in bin. So
Right.
it's got to be written there and then. So I'll up a melody and then I'll just start singing words that fit around it, then change them words, and then I'll get a feeder line, and then from that feeder line, I'll be able to write the song. Usually, how I'm feeling. But
Right. So you mentioned Joe in the band that are you
yeah,
in the band still or you were in the band?
yeah, I
You are
play I
still.
play bass and backing vocals in Deadbeat. Yeah,
Okay. So how did you get into the band?
I've known Joe for years. He's the singer and guitarist. I've known him for years, and he used to be in a band called Home Wrecked, and
Okay.
they were from Doncaster, to be
Oh,
fair.
okay.
So he messaged me, and he was like, "I need to be in the band with you. I've got this idea. I've got this thingy. I want you to be in it. I want it to be your band sort of thing." So I said to him, "But this is your vision, so I'll help you bring it to life." Yeah,
Yeah.
rather than go, "Yeah, it's my band as well. Whatever you do, I'll support it and I'll play for it. I'll play in it." Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you bring your vision to life from your life experience, and I'll support it and I'll play along with it. So, and that's how that's come about basically.
How long's the band been going?
Only about what month are we on? About a year and a half.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's in its infancy still.
Is there three of you?
3, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When it goes
Okay.
live, there'll be probably 4 or 5 of us
Nice.
to fill in the bits that we record in studios that
Right.
we can't play two instruments at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So, on a personal level, what does it mean to you being in a band?
being in a band or just writing music in general. Like I say, it means everything to me. Everything, like, I sometimes go into my own little daydreams and that, and then like my life will be built around a song or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'll be singing a song in car and I'll be like, right, I'll make a perfect scenario up in my head from a song and things like that, and it makes me happy. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I like that because it's an escape from a shit world that we live in at the minute. Do you know what I mean? So if I can sit and go into my own world just by listening to music, then let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Anybody's invited.
My I don't know if I've told you this before. My dad, he was in a band. He's not anymore. He's kind of solo now. He writes his own songs and he does a lot of kind of like Johnny Cash style covers, and that's the music
Country,
that I
innit?
love. Yeah, I love country music. Love Johnny Cash, so I'm kind of in the perfect place. But anytime my dad sends me a song, it instantly brightens my day. I can't listen to it all the time straight away, and sometimes it'll be a couple of days before I go back and listen to it. But that happiness and joy that it gives me when he sends me a song and I know that he's thought about me writing it, he's thought about it, thought about me when he sent me it, and it just brings me that such joy to see him happy.
Yeah, that's
And I
great.
feel like that's what musicians do. He actually wrote a song for the podcast, which um in fact, this might be the first episode I put out with the new intro because he's done my new intro for the podcast as well. So
Has he
I,
recorded it as well?
he has, he's done
Oh,
it all.
wicked. That's
He,
amazing. That
he's so
I love
good.
that.
He doesn't think he's got anything to share, but he's wonderful, and I'd love him to come and talk about stuff. But
You have to get him to do it live as well and put it on your Facebook page and that.
well, there is a video on there on Facebook where he's singing, and we've got a load of clips, and it's great. It's absolutely wonderful. So
Tag
I'll
me in it so
definitely
I can have a look at it.
yeah, I'll send you it
Love all
later.
that. That's
But
great.
he's so talented, and that's the kind of thing that I really love about musicians is you can just go into your own space and chill out and just relax and forget everything else that's going on in the world and just
Absolutely.
have that hour to yourself to sing Westlife songs or to create something new, and I
Do
think
you know
it's
what?
absolutely magical.
I actually sat down and started learning a few Westlife tracks on guitar. I just thought, why not?
Yeah.
And I did a 5 song yesterday when I did a gig.
Oh, did
So
you?
yeah,
Wait, which one?
keep on moving.
Yes. That's
Acoustically, I've got an acoustic version of it. You see, so
nice, nice.
got to
See,
be done.
that's my go-to song at work when I'm having a bad day. I
What?
have a keep
Keep
on
on moving.
moving. Yeah.
It's not my
And
favourite
it's
5 song.
oh, okay. Which is your favorite five song?
Um, what's it called now? If you got the feeling,
Yes.
is that what it's called? Got the feeling.
Got the feeling, yeah.
Right, good.
Not slam dunk de funk.
I mean, it's good. And baby, when the lights go out and all that.
They are so good live as well. They were wonderful. I think I was only like 15 when I saw them, but they were great.
I was secretly gutted when they split up.
Aren't they back together now?
Yeah,
So
yeah, they're back
so
together. They're on tour, playing in Sheffield, I think,
oh, are
at
they?
around Christmas time. Yeah,
I mean, that's enough of a reason for me to come home. So
at Christmas as well.
I know.
I think
Maybe
it's
I'll have
sold
to.
out. To be honest with you,
That doesn't surprise me. Really doesn't surprise me. Do you think that if you hadn't, if you didn't have music, mentally you'd be in the place you are now?
um, it's hard to say. But that being said, I probably won't be in the same headspace because, like I say, I get lost in music and I
Right.
get lost in. Like I say, I make these scenarios up and go into these daydreams and envisage the perfect sort of scenarios and stuff like that from
Yeah.
music. So no, I don't think it would be. I might be
Right.
locked up or something. I don't know.
Well, maybe.
Might be a rebel.
No, no. When you are writing, do you usually do it like an after the fact or while you're in the moment?
Um, when I'm in the moment, yeah.
In the
Do you know what?
moment.
It's usually in car. Some some will just come to me like this melody will come in my head, and then I'll get back home, pick guitar up, and start playing it, and then that's where I'll just stick words to it straight away. Like
Right.
I say, I'll write it straight away. If I haven't, to be fair, I have got a book full of lyrics, but like one line, three
Right.
lines, 6 lines, whatever. But sometimes this is why I always say that I write bangers because it's one that usually what you'd find from a personal point of view is that when you start writing a song, if it falls out, I call it falling out your pocket. If it
Right.
falls out your pocket, then to me, it's a banger.
Yeah.
If you're struggling on it, is it worth bringing to the table? Sometimes I do go back and write them up, right? But I'll always have another idea before I go back to it.
Do your do your bandmates know about your problems that you had in your past?
Yeah, I'm open as out about everything,
Yeah.
like literally everything. Because like I said to you when we did the addiction podcasts, I'd rather be open about everything so people can relate to it. And if they
Yeah.
need to ask me questions, I'm there to be asked. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just to make people know that they're not on their own.
Yeah.
So in any aspect of my life, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and it's just like, yeah, if you want to talk about it, let's chat.
How do they support you with your mental health? Do they
Um,
support you with your mental health? Is
I
it
don't think they need to now because, like I said to you before, I'm on that sertraline and everything's just a bit blank. I
right?
haven't really got much emotion and stuff like that
Right.
as far as that's concerned. But yeah, totally understanding. Chris, who's drummer in band, like we're sort of like two people who are exactly the same. So
Okay.
it's like literally we've both been through he's recovering. I hope you don't mind me saying that. He's recovering as well. And literally, as personalities, it's same. We're into the same things. We've got same sense of humour. So
Right.
sometimes when we get talking about it, like if we're having a stressful day, we'll sit hours on phone and it'll be like, yeah, but it's because of this that, and that happened and this happened, and we're like, yeah, 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 and just like literally just click with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we relate definitely to each other on it. Yeah, 100%.
Something that I really get from talking to you is something that I was kind of talking about previously with somebody else I did a podcast with about the modern man and how modern men don't really open up and they don't talk to people. But I think that maybe it's when you've been through something that you really do change and you feel you let that vulnerability out, and that really is something that I get from you all the time.
Yeah, I'm just a case. It's just a case of trusting process now. I'm just going with flow. I'm trusting
Yeah,
the universe to guide me onto the right path. And I'm not overly spiritual, but I am fairly spiritual. But yeah, it's just just letting it do its job basically.
yeah. When you do perform, if you're performing a song that kind of really is emotional or is aggressive or really really deep,
Yeah.
how do you let me try and word this right. So how do you perform that song without letting it get into your head if it's something that's happened in the past?
Um, it's it's different because when you're writing it and you're writing it because you're hurting a little bit or something like that. It's different when you're performing it because while you're singing it, this is a personal thing. While you're singing it, you're gauging audience as well.
Right.
See their reaction to it, and then 9 times out of 10 they'll come up after that song were right good, like that. Well, God, I related to, but I also give a bit of a description before I start singing it again because I'm fairly open. Uh,
Right.
like, yeah, I've got a song called "Coming Home" that's massively about anxiety, and I'll explain it beforehand, just like that. There's no shame to be had in having anxiety and stuff like that, and this is about anxiety. So if you ever feel it, you're not on your own because I'm here and I'm singing this song for you, sort
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah. Do you think you've got a song that you've written or even that you've performed? Because I guess when you perform things, they are different. It gets a different reaction to when you've just wrote one. Um, have you got one that really, really resonates and is like really close to your heart?
Coming Home is my
Coming
favourite
home.
song. Yeah, it is. It is my favourite song at minute, definitely. I've got a song called Coming Home, which is about anxiety, and then I've got yeah. So that is deep. But there's also one called Carry On, and it's about um, I think the opening lyric in chorus is "I'm fed up of writing another sad song" or something like that about how I'm not that strong.
Right.
Um, and then about wearing me out on my sleeve and so on and so forth. That's a good song as well.
I'm
Without
gonna
blowing me
have
own
to find
trumpet.
these. Are these on
I haven't
Spotify or
recorded that
anything?
one, but Coming Home's on Spotify. The demo
Okay.
is. I need to record the full version of it though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I know that I've listened to some, but I couldn't tell you which because I just throw them in between on my playlist. So I'm gonna have to figure out which ones I've listened to.
I'll send you 'em. I'll send you at least.
Yeah, send me the good ones. I'm sure they're all good. So, before you said when you was younger and you was performing in Sheffield and you got, you had a panic attack and had to run off, do you ever get like performance anxiety now?
Yeah, for I was having this conversation with myself actually yesterday on way to gig. It's almost as though I hype it up in my own head at minute because I'm sober. Like before, when I were drunk, it's just like let's go, you know what I mean. And I get to that point, we in it, but um, all the build up to it, and then going onto stage, I'm like, ah. But then as soon as I start playing, it just all goes.
Just disappears.
Yeah, I've always gone with this attitude that like well, not a bad attitude, but um, from getting heckled when we were younger and getting a bit when we were younger, we were rebellious. So like somebody were heckling us in crowd, so I threw my bass guitar at him in the middle of a song, and I just learnt from that to sort of go right. If they don't like us, then they know where the door is.
That's their problem, not yours.
Exactly, and that's where I've ever since that I've just gone with it as
Yeah.
you know they know where the door is. So
Have you ever been
not
on
forcing them
stage?
to be there. Sorry, go on.
No, no, no. They're welcome to leave anytime. That's fine.
Exactly.
Have you ever been on stage and thought, what am I doing here? Like an imposter syndrome kind of feeling.
I wouldn't say I've got to the point where I've been big enough to think that. However, obviously supporting when I've supported Sherlock's on their
Yeah.
gigs, the bigger audiences obviously we've got like um, it could be out from 500 upwards, depending on if it's intimate or not. But then I often stand on stage and I'll be like, there could be some they could have picked somebody else rather than
Right.
me for this because like do I deserve this? But yeah, um, but there has been like I auditioned for when Busted split up. Started a band called Son of Dork, and I auditioned for that, and
Okay.
uh, I had to go to Pineapple Dance Studios at London for it.
Oh, with Louis Spence.
That's where he, yeah, obviously he
Yeah.
weren't famous then at that point. So I went down for that, and that were a bit surreal in the aspect to I'm because I don't always see myself as good, or I just
Okay.
literally see myself as somebody that gets on and does a bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when people find me stuff good or whatever, it's like I don't know how to respond to it sometimes. So it's just like because I'm sharing a part of myself with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and for him to enjoy that just shows that I'm a legend, doesn't it? I'm
You
not
are. You are.
kidding.
Do you know? And I know that my podcast is still really, really small and it's still like in its baby stages, but I get the same feeling. When somebody, I very rarely feel confident enough to talk about my podcast.
Yeah, but
So
that's me saying to you, you should do,
yeah.
and you
No,
saying
I
same
understand.
back to me. But believing it's a different thing, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, I'm very good at telling people how they should. I am everyone's cheerleader. I just cannot cheer myself on. That's my
Absolutely,
that's my
100%.
problem. But
I'm great at
when you,
giving out advice. Never take it. Never take me on
yeah,
advice and things like that.
I'm
So
exactly
in
the
that
same.
aspect, my own worst enemy.
Maybe it's a Yorkshire thing.
But then deep down, you know that you're not that bad, or you wouldn't be doing it, would you?
Exactly. Yeah, I think I get better and better every time. At least
I
I get a
think,
little bit more comfortable.
like you said, being a Yorkshire thing, I think it's probably a British thing because like you'll probably get a different dynamic being in Florida, but like in your friend circles and things like that, you sort of take Mickey out of each other, don't you, for doing
Yeah,
certain things and that. But and although you don't think it has an effect, there is a psychological element in there that probably
yeah.
does have a little bit of an effect. Do you know what I
And
mean?
like
So,
like what we was saying before we started about how I'd never come back home. Well, I'd never say never, but I don't plan on coming back home
mm,
to England. One of the reasons being is I know this is completely off topic, but I feel like we judge each other too much back in England. And
That's what I
whether
mean.
you
Yeah.
yeah, and whether you mean to do it or not, you are not performing but trying to make sure that you're
Yeah.
giving out this person that's not necessarily you. So you are constantly not wanting to be yourself unless you have that confidence level.
Absolutely. And another thing, I mean, I'm going off a topic a little bit here,
It's
but
fine.
like um, from a point of view, what you were just saying then, I know somebody that works in Netherlands and he's worked in this country as well, and he's like, people at work here, they get paranoid that people have got it in for them all the time and things like that, and everybody's trying to get one over on you and things like that.
Yeah.
But there's none of that in Europe. And it's just like, but we as a country have created that culture of fear, haven't we, with
Yeah.
regards to that. So we've done it ourselves in some aspect or some form, somewhere. We've done it ourselves.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
And
we're like you say, a sense of humour probably as as best asset, but as biggest downfall at the same
yeah,
time.
they don't get it over here. It's
No,
there's very few people, unless they've been brought up with British people, listening to British comedians, they don't get it.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
madness.
it's unique, that's for sure.
It is
It's
unique, a
yes,
blessing and a curse.
yes. We'll keep it as a blessing. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you have any rituals that you like to do before you go on stage, just to help you keep the anxiety in?
I have a mint or a chewing gum and a
Simple as
cold
that.
drink because it keeps my throat open, and
Right.
that's it. Because if I don't, like yesterday, I'd left my chewing gum in the car just before I'd gone on. I'm like, shit, I need to go and get my chewing gum. Like, I'd even go on stage a couple of minutes late just to go in my car and get it because it's like, I don't know. I think I'm an untrained voice, so I've probably used it wrong at times, especially like with high note songs because I've always been singing like sort of Green Day, your pop punk sort of stuff, and your Sum 41s, and it's high to sing, and
Yeah.
because I've been doing that for years, you can, and I'm the state that well, not the state, the age that I'm at now, you can lose it quite fast on stage, and it's just important to keep it lubricated as
Yeah.
long as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, back in my emo day, I could scream as good as the others, but
Did you have black hair as well?
I had black hair for about 2 weeks. And I was like, nah, this is not for me. But the rest of it, secret emo over here. But yeah.
And I think I dyed my hair pink.
Oh, I always had it pink,
It
green,
was, it were
blue.
meant to go red, like, but
Oh, yeah. You name the color, I've probably had it. It's what I miss the most.
I can remember going into Rotherham Market. Me and my mate Sam. Just found him again on TikTok. To be honest with
Oh,
you,
nice.
and, yeah. So we're just rendezvous in a minute, but we went to market and got like this green dye and this pink dye to dye his hair, and mine were tragic. I don't
I
think his were much
remember
better either.
I remember always wanting to dress like Gwen Stefani when she was in like the punk rock phase, because I always wanted
Mm.
to be like a punk rock, because that's what my dad was. My dad was a punk rocker as a kid, and I was like, that's what I want to be.
I remember
But
wearing my mum's
no,
jeans.
you must. That's fashion now, isn't it?
I don't know. Is it?
I think it is.
I ain't got a clue. I don't even know what we're going off. I was trying to be a trendsetter or something, but
Did it
I used to cut
work?
my own hair as well.
Oh,
Well, honestly, I'll show you a picture. It looked like a bird's nest.
oh no.
And I thought it looked right cool. I used to have these bits down at back here, and I used to straighten them. Right, idiot.
Oh, that's hilarious. Sorry, sorry.
Honestly, I looked a right state.
I was back combed as much as you could possibly get. You
Hairspray, back
went,
comb.
yep, yep, loved it.
Easy
Absolutely
enough
loved it.
for you guys, wasn't it?
Oh yes, yeah, yes. Do you find certain genres of music more healing or more expressive when you are writing your own or performing covers, or is there something you more gravitate to?
Uh, what, when I'm performing or when
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, when I'm looking for influence?
yeah,
Yeah, I'd say I'll be honest with you. I love me emo music to
yeah,
be influenced. Yeah, Taking Back Sunday, Mayday Parade. Again, that's because just going back to what I was saying at the beginning about the kind of writers that they are. and the
Right.
wording that they use. Um, so yeah, I'll write what they mean, but in pop, so,
Right. Right.
you can understand it, sort of
Yeah.
thing. So yeah, usually emo, to be fair.
I'm
But
really enjoying that all these older emo bands are getting back together,
making
or
comebacks, aren't they?
yeah, hasn't Mike Hem just sold out a complete world tour or something?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Um,
it's all the
there's loads
stuff that
coming
we
back.
loved.
Coed and Cambria taking back Sunday have come back round.
Yeah.
So yeah, bring it back. Keep it around as long as possible. No Found Glory. They're coming
Yeah.
to Sheffield, I think, or
Oh, are
Leeds.
they?
Mm.
I wouldn't go to Leeds. I'm sorry. I draw the line at anywhere that's outside of South Yorkshire.
Yeah, dirty Leeds.
Dirty
I hope there's nobody from
Leeds.
Leeds listening to this.
Nobody from Leeds will listen. It's fine. They probably don't own. Shh, I'll stop. I'll stop.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
behave.
We'll
I'll
leave it.
behave.
I'll shut my window.
How do you balance like the emotional vulnerability and protecting yourself? Because doing this, you must be, opening all sorts of boxes in your head.
Yeah, but I can close them.
Okay.
I'm emotionally. I'm emotionally intelligent. I'm not going to lie to you. So I know where to draw lines, and obviously I didn't used to be, but
Right.
I've learned a lot in since becoming sober and things like that. So like, yeah, I wouldn't say that I make myself vulnerable when I'm writing. I won't even allow it. To be fair,
Right.
I
Right.
just put it down. But I won't say that my life's been that intense. I mean, it has, because obviously I battled addiction, but it has been intense in that aspect of things. But when it comes to a writing sense, I think I don't tend to dig into my subconscious memory and pull out things that I don't want to pull out. It's just
Right.
whatever's relevant to me at that time, sort of thing.
I know I'm sidestepping a little bit. Do you know when you are doing your gigs and things, and you're in a venue that is predominantly, alcohol based in the venue? How do you control yourself?
Don't bother me at all.
It doesn't.
Not
Oh,
in the
that's good.
slightest. This is what I was saying to somebody the other week. Like when I'm sat in a pub, and I can go into pubs fine, and I'm sat in a pub and somebody's talking to me, and that I'm talking to them. I'm not talking to the drink. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
plus, that temptation went a long time ago. It just don't phase me in the slightest. If it ever crosses my mind, which it don't these days, it's just a case of how did it feel the day after you did it?
Yeah.
Terrible,
Yeah.
tragic. 5 year binge. So it's like, yeah, we'll take that out. And passing thoughts, I have read somewhere that says passing thoughts are only like 20 minutes at a time. So
Right.
after 20 minutes, I'll be thinking about like how long it takes a giraffe to throw up or something like that. You know what I mean?
How long does it take a giraffe to throw up?
I don't know, but they've got long necks.
That's
So
true. That's a crazy thought.
how tall was Jesus?
5'7".
I don't know. Do penguins have knees? These are things that
Oh,
these are 2 o'clock in the morning sort of questions that pop
do
about.
penguins have knees?
Do penguins have knees?
I don't know.
Answers on a postcard.
That might be the best question that's ever been asked on any podcast ever.
There you go.
There we
I'm
go.
here for it.
Sorted. Sorted.
I'm here for that. I'm here for it.
Do you have any advice that you'd give to somebody who's never tried using music as an outlet, who may benefit from it, but
Yeah, try
doesn't
it.
think, just try it?
Try it, but be patient. So many people are going to buy a guitar and then they'll buy an acoustic. Everybody buys an acoustic and then puts it down after about a week. It weren't working for me, or they just let it collect dust. Or they buy it wrong one. Do
What's
a
the
bit of
best thing to
research
do?
in it. Because they're buying with them bloody classical strings, them big fat
Right,
strings that fretboards about that long, and
right.
you just can't get onto it to learn it. You get a proper one if you're gonna have a go at it. You still pick one up for about 30 quid from cash converters. My first acoustic were about £15 from cash converters, but I
Okay.
knew which one I needed to go and buy instead of one of them classical ones. Like you know which I mean, don't you?
Yeah,
The
yeah,
fat necks and that.
yeah,
But like one of these is what you want with neck like that
yeah,
because and strings, yeah, they're not like boom, boom, boom. So these are proper strings on them as well, and you get more of a feel for it. You get more of a good sound from it by doing that.
yeah.
So
I think
that's
I I picked up the ukulele and I put it back down because I couldn't do it.
I've got one upstairs. Yeah, to be fair, same. Still need to
It's
go back to
hard.
it.
It's so
Tuning's
hard.
different.
Yeah.
Chords are different than a guitar. I was
And I
thinking
used
to
to
myself,
um, I used to play the violin as a kid, up until being like 15, I think. I used to play maybe a bit younger. But I used to play the violin, and because you do strum sometimes with the violin, but it's so different that I couldn't go from being like this to being like this. It was,
my daughter, she was playing violin at school, and I went to tune it. Completely different to a guitar. Ended up
yeah,
snapping string. I was like, I'll
yeah.
tune it up, no problem. No problem. Boom, oh, string went side and
Oops.
out. And she had a performance that night as well, so it was
Oh
morning that I
no.
did. And I had to take it to a specialist violin shop in Sheffield. And she tuned it, put new strings on it and tuned them for me.
The amount of new strings I used to get is crazy, and forgetting my resin block or whatever, and
Mm. Yeah,
certain ones being better than other ones. Oh,
over my
so
head, all that.
frustrating.
Definitely that.
Yeah. But then guitars is over mine, my going back to my dad, he's made his own shed where he plays and records like in the evenings and things. And every single wall is covered in guitars. And to me they all look exactly the same. To him, every single one is different. I know, I'm sorry. But, every single one has a different meaning or does a different thing, and they're all beautiful.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
it's,
They've all got different sounds to them.
yeah, they all look
Definitely.
exactly the same. They really don't.
I can understand because I always remember at the beginning when I first started playing that, and I thought to myself, "Well, that one don't sound no different to that one."
Yeah,
But as you start playing, you start hearing different things as you get
yeah,
into playing guitar. So yeah, it does. You do start hearing things differently then.
yeah. What would you say to somebody like a young musician where they're not good enough?
Just keep playing.
Just keep
I was
playing.
shocking. I was terrible, me. Right bad, like really bad.
Have you ever seen that clip of um, Ed Sheeran? I think he was like on the Jonathan Ross show or something, and he plays his very first song he sang. And if you'd heard that, you'd think, "Who's strangling a cat?" It was
Yeah,
terrible.
I mean
But
it's like oh, isn't it? You got to start somewhere.
yeah,
You're not expected to pick a guitar up and be able to write I don't know, yesterday by Beatles in one swoop. I mean, Oasis didn't do too bad, like, but you're not expected to be able to do all that straight away. Just be patient. Do you know what? Patience and discipline.
yeah.
If you say you're gonna do it, stick to it and do it.
So when I was a kid, I don't know if this is a true story or if my dad was teasing me, but he said that when the Beatles wrote Yesterday, they didn't know what they was going to call it, so they just sang Scrambled Eggs because it's the same tune. They knew what tune they wanted, so they kept singing Scrambled Eggs over and over again
Maybe
until
so.
the
I
words
make
stuck.
stuff. Do you know what I've started doing? It
Go on.
might be naughty, like, but when I'm writing a song, I'll use um, I'll use somebody else's lyrics. So a song that I know, I'll use their lyrics in it, just sing it to melody, and then swap them.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So I have started doing that. To be fair, as I get older and forgetful.
But do you use AI? That's the next thing. Do you use
No,
AI?
no. Do you know what? I've looked at it. I haven't explored it, but I've looked at it, but it don't work anyway because like the chord progressions are completely different. So
Right.
like
Okay.
you've got your 4/4s and your and whatever, and they don't. So it might be 4/4 in one verse, and then it might go down to like I don't know half time for the next verse, and you're like
Right.
whoa.
Right.
So yeah, in a certain aspect it don't
It
work.
just won't work.
Yeah,
So, final question I've got for you. Looking back, how do you think music shaped the person you are today?
I think it's music shaped me in the aspect of. I think it's made me emotionally intelligent. I think that I can thank music for that. But just listening to songs, relating to songs, and like I say, I go off into my own little world and create scenarios out of songs and get lost in
Yeah.
them scenarios that make me feel good or that make me feel bad, whatever. But I think I've learned so much from music. as even grammar. I know it sounds daft like, but grammar and different meanings of different words and things like that. So yeah, I would say that it's probably taught me more than school ever did.
Do you think
But
it's made
carry on
you?
with the school.
Yeah, go to school. Don't
With
don't skip
school.
school.
But yeah, I think that's a personal point of view.
Yeah. No,
Um,
that's what I want. I want your personal point of view, you know.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I think just a question for everybody: what would life be without music?
Dreadful.
Yeah, just empty, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I can't I can't do anything without having music on. Whether I'm sat at work or doing the dishes or, you know, once we finish, I'm going to be in the kitchen making a dinner. So, you know, I'll have the radio playing or whatever I
It
can find.
makes it, and it also makes would-be situations less awkward. Would-be awkward situations less awkward.
Yes.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Just by having it in background,
There's nothing worse than being in a car ride and it being silent.
trying to think of what to say. Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we've talked about giraffes necks. We've talked
Yeah,
about
no.
penguins' knees. What can I
Penguin's
talk
knees.
about now?
What's next? What's next? What other farm animals can we think of?
That's it. Yeah. Oh. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think yeah, I think I can answer that, and I think it's same answer for everybody. Isn't it? It's just it's a universal answer.
Yeah.
Music is massive in everybody's lives in some way, shape, or form. Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you for coming back again.
Welcome, no problem. I
It
enjoyed
was
it. I enjoy it every time. And
good.
time flies. I didn't realise it. Well, like 5 to 7 already.
Yeah, well, two
Oh,
o'clock here, but yeah.
2 o'clock there. Five to
Yeah.
two, or five to
Five to
two.
two. Five to
Five to
two.
two.
5 to 2. But yeah, no, thank you so much. I'm sure I'm going to think of something else, another reason to get you back, because, like I say,
Let's do it.
everybody loves it when you're here. So
Let's
I'm not
do. Let's do.
complaining.
Let's do online dating next.
Well, we did an online dating one, and I would love to
Well,
have a male point of view. So
let's
that
do
would
it. Let's
be
get the male
yes,
point of view. Absolute
yes, that would be
minefield.
awesome. That yes, yes, we will do that for sure.
Yeah, I'm
Anyone
down
who's
for
still listening, thank you for being here. Look forward to this episode and online dating men's point of view coming out hopefully soon.
that. We've got
Um,
one viewer.
hey! And until next time.
Loved it.